Hey!
I have the sword piece, but a woman named Magda and her minions tried to wrest it from me.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leia. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
I could get accustomed to that.
What, they're talking? Hey, there's my bullet shot. Alright. Sorry, I sneezed. Hungering Arrow, I love the skill, but bullet shot, I actually prefer grenades than anything else in here, because they generate, well, it's all three, but once you have like the runes for it, it generates way more hatred, and I freaking love hatred. That's an odd thing to say, but bullet shot has I think the most damage output out of all three, so or four, I mean. So I'm gonna take bullet shot. I think the only problem I have with bullet shot is the delay, because it waits until like 1 second before it explodes, and I think some of the runes available. Which one is it? I think one of them like waits until. Oh yeah, this one increases it to 2 seconds. So it's kind of an awkward spell for me to use. I say spell, but it's a skill. And this rune here augments my skill so that it costs less hatred. So for now I'm going to do that so I can channel this skill a lot longer now without draining my supplies. So I'm going to talk... I want to see if they have any updates on books. Yeah, that book just disappeared. I already read that book anyways.
Uncle Deckard believes the key to unlocking the stranger's memory is reassembling his sword. I wish I could say this was another of Uncle's crazy theories, but I can't deny that these ominous events are starting to really scare me.
Seen nothing yet. Does Deckard Cain have a book? I don't think they both have books. Oh, there's one there. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like when you start a new game, the item that you click on appears. Same thing happened with like the book in the inn. I already read that book like on the first like the first time I got inside the inn. So they spawn, but I think there's only one journal per step in the storyline. So it's always nice to check.
Interesting things on my latest dig.
Yeah,
you should take a look.
Pair, I will. Intelligence or experience? I'm gonna sell the stuff I can't use right off the bat. That'll make it simpler. I don't want that. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna replace my second crossbow. Just want to make sure that, because it's easy to just look at the red number. Like, there's a number I can't point with my mouse because, well, I'm gonna see. So, but there's a red number under damage, and it's so easy to just compare those values and say, oh, it's a good item or it's a better item. But sometimes reading the bonuses, and that's one of the reasons why, like the helmet, it says, oh, it's like plus 2.2% protection, so it must be better. But I'm looking at it, and I prefer the augmented experience, meaning that I'll get stronger faster in relation to the monsters around me, so making the game slightly easier for me to handle. And in the hardcore, that's a big deal. And it's got more armor. So the intelligence, all it does on my character is increase magical resistance. If you were like a witch doctor or a wizard, it would also increase your damage output, but it's not the case for me. So I'm gonna skim on that. Strength also, like for my character, as opposed to a barbarian, it increases my armor values. So more strength is also a little bit better. Especially since in hardcore, sometimes I like to play with shields. I have this thing with like ranged characters with shields, but essentially the shields add more armor and you can block attacks where without shields you can't block. Oh, imagine that. But really, like this, it says, okay, well, I get plus 30 life, which is huge. Like, I'll just replace it just to get... look at my health globe. That's... could be better. But, that's plus 30 life. And it just dropped down to here. So you can just imagine how much health I have, which is very little. You know, 460. So... but I'm looking at it and it's like, okay, well, I get more life in general because it got plus 3 vitality, and that's how much of the difference. I guess I can't even pronounce the other word. Discrepancy. Yeah, there we go. Between plus 3 vitality as opposed to plus 0 is 30 life on my character, and then I got more health, more life per health globes I pick up. But I'm looking at the other item that I have, the rare item. It's got, I was going to say better protection, but it's not really, because the intelligence is magical resistance, and it's got weaker armor. But I get magic find, monster experience, and gold, so I'm going to keep my rare item for that. But I also like to just browse and see what's up. See, I'll take that. That's good. It's got strength, meaning more armor. And it's got monster experience by 1, so I'm sacrificing 1 for another, so that's good. I'll take it. And that's probably, like, I'm thinking about shops and shopkeepers and stuff like that. It's probably the only time I ever use shopkeepers in the Diablo games is when I'm playing like a hardcore character. And of course my hood is red.
Attacks may be slowing down, but this town is done, and you know it. If we leave together, we might make it to Warden.
What we'll make is sport for the Khazra. I'll stay here behind the gates, thank you.
So, sometimes I like to hear them.
But I've got some new items you really should see.
Yeah.
I'm happy to sell you, but you got to promise not to tell anyone where you got these goods from, okay?
Oh, that's... see, that's very tempting, but it's a quiver that'll take my secondary crossbow off. It increases my attack speed. I think it's the attack speed of the quivers that really undermines the value of the secondary crossbow. Because that's the whole point of dual-wielding crossbows, is the fact that you attack faster. But the quiver kind of negates that. I was looking for comparison, but I don't have rings yet. So I'm thinking I'll get 2 of those. Attack speed increase and dexterity. So I'll buy 2. And I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I could color that white.
Did you see that stranger next to Old Cain? I was listening to him talk. I bet he comes from Westmarch.
Oh, really? So people from there usually travel by falling star? Use your head. If he's from Westmarch, I'm Empress of Chaldeum.
I have some new items that I'm...
Yeah, I don't care about you. Sorry, pal. Let's see. Deckard Cain. What do you have to tell me about the origins of the Coven?
Magda's Coven is a remnant of an ancient religion called the Triune that worshipped the primevals as gods.
Disgusting. And yet the primevals have been dead for 20 years. Who does the Coven worship now?
The last 2 evils, Asmodan and Belial, remain. And if either of them are behind this coven, then our troubles are only beginning.
Okay, I have to comment on again. The Triune is I think, yeah, if you read the books of the Sin War, it explains it, and it's really cool. Well, it's kind of cliche, but I find it interesting. I'm not going to spoil anything other than the fact that Diablo, Belial, and Belial? No, Diablo, Baal, and Mephisto, they like created a church. I'm using air quotes right now, you can't see me, but they created a church, a fake church for people to worship. And the way that they did it is like, okay, well, we know that Diablo's the Lord of Terror, Mephisto's the Lord of Hatred, and Baal is the Lord of Destruction. And what they did is that they basically just changed their names. I forgot what their actual names were, but they were like something like the Angel of Love for like Mephisto's like hate, love, right? So it's flipped around. Courage for Diablo, and then there was oh, what was it for Baal? It was something about like building character or something like that. It was awesome. When I was reading that, I was like, what? So they basically just tricked. So the Triune and the Coven. This is the weird thing. The Coven is following gods that are actually demons, and they don't know about it. I'm assuming that the ones underneath Magda, which is like the butterfly-looking chick that we saw earlier. At that level, maybe they understand. Maybe they like at a certain rank of their priesthood or whatever. They get they understand the secrets. But other than that, I find that interesting that in some cases they're fighting for false gods.
This fragment is very old and very powerful.
Indeed, it feels familiar to me, though the rest is still unclear.
This weapon would have belonged to a true champion.
If that is what I am, then my strength has gone with my memory.
If Cain is right, then the sword shall restore both to you.
If Cain is right. When's the last time he's been right? Well...
Magda said something curious about the next piece. She believes it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
The dialogue sometimes just amazes me. You know, I mentioned something extremely vague. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. You know, Magda said something curious about the next piece. She believes it fell where only ancients may tread, and obviously they know where that is. Actually, it's a hypothesis, but still, it's like, come on. And I would use the waypoint to get to the location, but I have a portal here.
These fields used to be so beautiful. Uncle Deckard told me stories of them when I was a little girl.
And the only reason I use my time portal is because, well, the waypoint's over here and my destination is like right there, so it's like... That's what happens when you kind of play the game over and over. You understand where to go, so...
You there!
What?
Please help! They're going to kill my friend!
Okay.
Thieves are going to kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself!
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Where is the relic?
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Release the girl.
The relic belongs to her. You actually believe what this scoundrel tells you? Fine, you fools. We'll kill the both of you.
This is just like target practice.
Why do you feel so giddy about killing people?
You won't get away from us this time!
Alright, there we go. Fall.
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
I highly doubt it. Yeah, this is like the best character in the game. Let's talk to him.
Here's the relic, my love. I hid it like you asked. Father's grown suspicious of us, but that won't matter once we're married. It won't be long, right?
Of course, my dear. Soon we will settle down to a quiet life of tilling the fields and raising children. But first, I have to sell this relic. Alas, I must travel away with my friend here to do so.
You wish to join me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets. Now, lead the way.
Just open the door.
Relic is a fake! Gods, I should have known! You seem like you could use a helping hand, and I sure as hell don't want to stay around here.
Please tell me that you're not considering this criminal's proposal.
Who knows?
But you made a promise to your betrothed.
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon.
Do you want to replace the Templar with a scoundrel? No thanks, as much as I love the scoundrel. He's a funny guy and a really good shooter.
This temple is not encouraging.
I actually like the Templar with my hardcore characters. He's a good tank.
You must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place. I thought it was a myth.
Are you Nephilim?
No. There have been no Nephilim for a millennium.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but only a Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys from the outlying tombs and use them on the gates, you will see who and what you truly are. Follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass.
Whatever you say, Uther.
Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside the keys to our sacred temple.
Thanks. I always love it when he's like, "Are you Nephilim?" It's like, "Are you a god?" It reminds me of Ghostbusters so much. And she says no, like...
Ancient doom hangs upon these woods.
Yes. A ghost tells you if you're a Nephilim. You say yes!
Are these Alaric's people?
Another step upon the path to glory.
Alright, too many people talking at the same time. Not good. Alright. Oh, there's his lore.
Ghouls are stronger than most risen dead, but they gain their fortitude through horrific means, feasting upon human corpses. These creatures are least dangerous while eating, but do not disturb them.
Do not disturb in what? Yeah, well, we gotta go here anyways. Checkpoint.
Alaric says that our people can survive the coming battle. I saw the truth in his eyes. Why did he order me to guard the beacon of honor? Those shambling things are slaughtering my people in the forest above, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Stand back!
And here we go. Fairly straightforward.